This is the purport of that rule of our mysteries, nothing divulged to the uninitiate. The supreme is not to be made a common story. The holy things may not be uncovered to the stranger, to any that has not himself attained to see. There were not two. Beholder was one with beheld. It was not a vision compassed, but a unity apprehended. The man formed by this mingling with the supreme must, if he only remember, carry its image impressed upon him. He is become the unity, nothing within him or without inducing any diversity. No movement now, no passion, no outlooking desire. Once this ascent is achieved, reasoning is in abeyance, and all intellection, and even, to dare the word, the very self, caught away, filled with God, he has in perfect stillness attained isolation. All the being calmed, he turns neither to this side nor to that, not even inwards to himself. Utterly resting, he has become very rest. He belongs no longer to the order of the beautiful. He has risen beyond beauty. He has overpassed even the choir of the virtues. He is like one who, having penetrated the inner sanctuary, leaves the temple images behind him, though these become once more first objects of regard when he leaves the holies. For there his converse was not with image, not with trace, but with very truth, in the view of which all the rest is but of secondary concern. There indeed it was scarcely vision, unless of a mode unknown. It was a going forth from the self, a simplifying, a renunciation, a reach towards contact, and at the same time a repose, a meditation towards adjustment. This is the only seeing of what lies within the holies. To look otherwise is to fail. Things here are signs. They show therefore to the wiser teachers how the supreme God is known. The instructed priest reading the sign may enter the holy place and make real the vision of the inaccessible. Even those that have never found entry must admit the existence of that invisible. They will know their source and principle, since by principle they see principle and are linked with it. By like they have contact with like, and so they grasp all of the divine that lies within the scope of mind. Until the seeing comes, they are still craving something, that which only the vision can give. This term, attained only by those that have overpassed all, is the all-transcending. It is not in the soul's nature to touch utter nothingness. The lowest descent is into evil, and so far into non-being, but to utter nothing, never. And the soul begins again to mount. It comes not to something alien, but to its very self. Thus detached, it is not in nothingness, but in itself. Self-gathered, it is no longer in the order of being. It is in the supreme. There is thus a converse in virtue of which the essential man outgrows being, becomes identical with the transcendent of being. The self thus lifted, we are in the likeness of the supreme. If from that heightened self we pass still higher, image to archetype, we have won the term of all our journeying. Fallen back again, we awaken the virtue within, until we know ourselves all order once more. Once more, we are lightened of the burden, and move by virtue towards intellectual principle, and through the wisdom in that to the supreme. This is the life of gods, and of the godlike, and blessed among men. Liberation from the alien that besets us here, a life taking no pleasure in the things of earth, the passing of solitary to solitary.